to the very first episode of Themepark Theories with Carlo,
Sarah,
and Anthony. How you doing?
Hey, we are going to be discussing today some interesting topics. So this is our first episode. What we're going to try to do is make up theories about Universal Orlando and about current rides that are closed or torn down or being refurbished and what we think might be going into there. But we're also going to have a segment called Crazy Concept Hour, where we take an idea that is not currently happening and we expound upon it, with our opinions and ideas and fan theories in our head. So the first thing we're going to discuss is the Terminator.
Terminator
is no longer there. It closed last year. I missed the closing day. I really wanted to go, but it was like a Sunday, and they announced it like
there.
You were there.
I think I went there.
No, it was like they announced it like on a Thursday, and that Sunday it closed.
Oh, that's right. Because I went with you. That's right.
Yeah,
I didn't even know it had closed until you told me.
Yeah. By the way, Anthony and I have been annual pass holders for a few years. Sarah's 2 or 3. I think I've been like 6 years now.
You're a
Dang.
I'm a pro. Yeah. And Sarah's freshly new.
I'm a virgin.
This year, she's a virgin. The first time you were an annual pass holder was this January. Yeah. For Harry Potter weekend.
I'm like on that cusp of Jedi Knight in my status of pass holder.
I'm like an emperor. It's Palpatine, but like,
Do it.
Okay, so the only information that Universal has released right now, and it's super vague, is that it's going to be, and I quote, an exciting, like, not quote like directly, but it's going to be a new action-adventure thing from a current Universal property. So
That could be like anything.
That could be anything. So some people are saying it's Jason Bourne as a 3D.
Jesus Christ, it's Jason Bourne.
Jesus Christ, just Jason Bourne as a 3D stunt show.
As a 3D stunt show?
As a 3D, because it's
similar to what they did with
the Terminator. Or that's what we think.
I'm going to be the one to say it. I've never seen any of the Bourne films.
I have.
What?
Yeah, I know.
They're good.
I know. I've seen clips and they look
They're
badass.
good.
And
I have unfortunately never seen
the camera work in that is great. The cinematography is really good.
Didn't
the
the first
cut
one-
shots are amazing in all of those movies.
Did the first one win Academy or was nominated for?
I don't remember, to be honest with you.
We should do some research before we do this thing.
Next time, note to self.
Next
We'll do
time.
research before we talk.
This is our first time. We're virgins to this podcast thing. And also, we only have one microphone because I don't remember what my other one is. So the sound's gonna sound a little weird today. And if you hear whimpering in the background, there's a dog in here.
Sing out, Louise.
He's in the back. He's fine. His name's Ralph. He's a dog. And also, I live near a major intersection with lots of like expensive sports cars, so there's gonna be noise in the background, like through the window.
I wish we owned one of those expensive sports cars.
We did.
We don't.
Okay, so potentials for the stunt show. If it's the closest thing I could think of is Jason Bourne.
I don't know if they are actually going to do another stunt performance where they use live actors, though.
Yeah.
As much as I encourage it and love it, as an actor, I feel like that's an awesome thing because you identify more with it.
Yeah.
I don't know that it's financially the way that they're going to go. And people are so into the
new way rides are. Well, I mean, it depends. Some people are like, "There's too many projections."
I feel like there's too many. In my opinion, I would rather a full-out new roller coaster or a live-action stunt show.
I like rides that actually move you through buildings and have physical stuff.
Like sets and
like
things. Like
Spider-Man is my favorite personal ride because it takes you through different areas and you feel more immersed in the experience. And it's a lot longer.
I think it's why I like Harry Potter World so much more.
Yeah,
because it's all hands-on. It's all physically there.
Sense of realism.
Beautifully done, yeah.
Well, I strongly think, because I feel like Universal is hearing that, like they're having like, people are starting to, want real things. Like the Jimmy Fallon versus the 3D. But I think they are still like leaning towards the 3D, so I still think it's going to be a 3D stunt show. But they're going to have people in it. Because like when Jimmy Fallon opened, I knew it was going to be a 3D simulator because the commercials were like, ride a crazy space car.
Go to the moon.
Yeah, go with Jimmy Fallon.
Go on Rainbow Road.
Go through New York for some reason with no context to their story. And but the building has entertainers and
that
like
part
a
I
team
really
of
liked.
them.
That was interesting.
So like everyone's like dressed, there's like hashtag the dancing panda, and then there's the barbershop quartet. But that's
it's the one ride I have yet to go on.
Oh,
So I
yeah,
did not
you
know
can
we didn't get to go on
last
They
it.
give you an option to sit down and relax and just
yeah
watch the entertainment instead of just standing in a line for hours on end.
in one
At least
position.
you get a chance to relax a bit.
Relax. So I think it would be a stunt show, but I also kind of think maybe it's not going to be Jason Bourne. Maybe I have a feeling like something that we're not expecting is going to be put in there, but it's still going to be a stunt show with lights.
That's what I'm hoping. I'm looking for a shake-up. Like stuff I'm not expecting that's still amazing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I didn't expect Jimmy Fallon to be fair, but
Yeah.
I was surprised when I saw that there. I'm still dying to ride it just out of curiosity.
Okay, I'm going to say this. The ride is okay. Like it's like out of 10, it's
Agreed.
like a 5.
yeah, I'd say so.
But 5 doesn't mean bad. It's in the middle.
Okay. It's
in,
average.
It's
you know what I mean?
it's a nice thing to sit in an air conditioned room but
Is it better than the Mummy?
Hell no.
Okay. Nothing beats the Mummy in my book, other than the whole roller coaster.
I don't like roller coasters, to
love
be
roller
honest,
coasters.
but I like the
love
Mummy, and I will ride the Mummy.
The Mummy is great.
The Mummy is
It's
great.
probably one of the best rides there, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Because you have a little bit of everything
Yeah.
Yeah.
all thrown into a really
roller
cool
coaster,
concept.
animatronics,
And a theme
fire,
ride.
Brendan Fraser.
Physical,
Yep.
physical stuff.
Physical stuff. I love the backwards part.
Yep.
I wish it was like a little bit longer. I don't know why, but for some reason on theme park rides,
same.
if they go backwards, I like it more. I don't know.
Yeah.
It just makes me feel like, oh, they're doing
It's a
thing.
shake-up.
It's a shake-up. It's a
Yeah.
shake-up. Yeah, I want shake-ups. My other thought, I don't know if Universal owns it, but Mission Impossible could be another one.
That one would actually, I think, be a bigger
Yeah.
sell point
Yeah, I
than
think
Jason
that
Bourne.
property's a lot larger than
The music
Bourne.
alone.
Yeah. But then I also kind of feel like, okay, they closed down the ride around the same time they released a movie, and I think if they did this, they're like slightly jumping the gun on it. Universal was going to release what they called their Dark Universe, which was going to be like
I was so hopeful for
it
that.
was going to be like the return of old classic movie monsters as modern,
But in like a
So,
Marvel cinematic
yeah,
universe
yeah.
type continuity where
Really?
they were
Yeah.
built off each other.
Yeah.
And why are they not doing that?
the
because-
first movie they released was a Tom Cruise movie about the mummy, and apparently it wasn't very good.
I didn't see it.
I wasn't interested at all.
I wasn't either.
Like that's how I was like, yeah, exactly. Like
Actually, technically, the first movie a part of that universe, I think, was Dracula Untold, which
Okay.
I didn't watch either.
yes,
But I heard it was another
it was
mediocre
Yeah.
film. But
So
That's a shame. They should focus on the classics. And
my feeling is that what if it was that? What if they already
honestly, you could just
filmed it and like
yeah.
if they already started the product up.
yeah.
You could just build off of the classic properties and just not actually use the updated ones. Make it sort of like a classic.
well, what I'm,
Or
no,
do a
what I'm-
timeline and do.
Well, what I'm
from
saying
classic
is,
to-
what if they've already filmed and done all the CGI
Oh.
and done the choreography,
You should
and
that
when they
far?
closed the ride, they already were like, let's just install it. Let's take the next 14 months to install it, and then open it up.
I would be surprised. I'd be
I would
shocked
too.
actually to
Yeah.
see them do that. I don't.
Do we
think that's
have a
gonna happen,
released opening date?
We don't
So
have
that
any
we-
details.
No.
Well, okay, the alleged time, I think, is the end of this summer.
Oh, so it's
Well, I
relatively
mean,
soon.
it's not a ride, so rides take longer to like do because you lay down a track and you need vehicles and all that. But it's a stunt show in a theater, so I'm thinking that's why I think it's going to stay a stunt show in a theater because it doesn't take they're not taking as much time
Actually,
to
the
rebuild
other
it.
park, right?
Yeah, in the other park, they're not taking as much time to rebuild it as they would a ride because I guess it's going to stay a stunt show. So my thought is like, what if they jump the gun? And now somebody at Universal's listening to this going, oh my God, they know.
Honestly,
They
out
know.
of all the classic monster movies they could have done, I would have hoped seeing The Creature from the Black Lagoon like redone in a modern.
Oh, to
type
me,
of
that's The Shape of
storytelling.
Water.
That is, yeah.
If you haven't seen The Shape of Water, it's a fantastic movie.
I have yet to see it.
It's okay. I'm gonna. Okay,
You know, there's an anime that came out before that, and they swear that
didn't.
had nothing to do with it. I'm gonna
she's gonna look it up.
look it up right now.
But if you haven't seen it, go see it. It is rated R. with a hard R, because when I first saw it, I was with my parents and my sister. My sister and I, she's an adult like I am, but like we were like, let's go see this movie, and Shape of Water, because it's a Guillermo del Toro movie, and he loves monsters, and I love monsters as well. I love the way he makes his monsters and designs his monsters. And this monster reminded me of Abe Sapien from Hellboy a lot. So I was like, aha, it's probably a prequel to, it's probably his like origin story or something. But the first 5 minutes of the movie, so awkward watching it with my parents, because there is, let's just say, okay, spoilers for anyone listening. If you don't want to listen to it, skip ahead like, I don't know, 15 or 20 seconds. The movie begins nicely with like a camera panning through a through an apartment, and then like 2 minutes in, it's just a woman flicking her bean in a bathtub. Just full-blown naked woman just,
really?
just manually sloshing the water around in a bathtub. And I was like, oh, this is rated R. That's why. It's also very violent.
Really?
But it's such
That's
a great
good to know.
movie.
Now I'm not going to go with John's mom.
No, well, I mean, it was so enjoyable. Okay, so we're off to Creature from the Black Lagoon, like attraction would be so interesting.
The Space Between Us, that's the anime that came out before The Shape of Water, and they swear that it has nothing to do with it.
Okay.
But it's a short anime called The Space Between Us, and it's a sci-fi short. It's fabulous, but as soon as I saw the preview for that movie, I went, that's the anime.
Well, Guillermo del Toro was like that. It's coincidental. But I've seen that, like the Harry Potter books. Speaking of Universal properties, Harry Potter books came out, and another author wrote something similar. I forgot the name of the book series, but it was about a boy who discovers that he's a wizard, and the word Muggle is in that book too.
Really?
And it has the same definition: non-magical folk.
It's a coincidence.
I think the term is concurrent thinking. It's like a real thing, but it happens all the time, and it's crazy.
What's funny is when I saw the preview for that movie, I literally thought they took the anime and made it a live action movie. I really did.
Yeah. But go see it if we're not sponsored, but if the studio who made the movie would like to sponsor us, send us an email. That or Squarespace or Dollar Shave Club or any of the other.
Greatest Showman. Go see The Greatest Showman. It's the greatest show ever.
Great show. What if it was a live action 3D?
Oh my God. If it was the Greatest Showman stunt show, that would be the best thing ever, and I will never not
What
stop
would make
being
it a stunt show, though?
There's all kinds of, there's trapeze, there's acrobatics, there's dance. Oh, I totally love this idea. I'm so all about it. And then you could have the sing-along in line while you wait to go onto the ride or into the live action show. And everybody would be singing it.
It's just an escape to the Burning Museum.
It would be amazing. Amazing.
Okay.
So get over here on the idea. That's fabulous.
All the right.
And thank you. Have a great day.
All holidays are canceled. Okay, and then what was another?
The Greatest Showman, that's it. It's all that matters.
The Greatest Showman in 3D at UniversalOrlandoResort.com.
Whoa!
Who? I don't know if Universal did that. Maybe, I don't know. Well,
they're up for an Oscar tonight.
And then here, there was another idea that I heard that could be a thing, but then it would also eliminate the live-action performers, but add animatronics. Illumination Animation is the people who made the Minions, but they also made this movie called Sing.
Oh, Sing was great.
Sing was
Sing
cute.
It was great.
Cute. It was cute. Okay, it was a great kids movie. I gotta say, it was a really good kids movie.
It's a great theater movie, though. If you're a theater kid, or if you're an actor or anybody who's interested in theater, it's extremely.
Side note: Sarah and I are theater people, but Anthony, not so much. But he's a big into cosplay. We're all into cosplay, but So I thought it was a great theater show. I thought it was a really good kids movie. But I also kind of feel like that could be a possible contender for this space, because it's 3D. And I remember in the Terminator show, they had what's it called? Trap doors in the stage that would lift the actors on. I mean, what if they just put an animatronic singing character on the lifts or did that everywhere, And those 6 robots, the Terminators on the left and right of the screen that blew up those things before the show, they could be replaced by singing animatronic characters as well, and the rest would be, of course,
I don't know what the
filled in.
storyline would be, other than an audition.
Just
maybe.
cross the two, the sing and the Terminator.
I think
would
what they
probably
would.
be an
I
audition
think what they do.
process.
It would be like an American Idol type of
Yeah.
thingy. And maybe they could have a human host. I don't know how that would work since there were no humans in the movie at all.
No, they would have to have.
Or maybe it's just like
It would have
a
to be
video at
koala,
the beginning
yeah.
or
And
something.
then they just
or an animatronic
they
koala.
bridge the two universes of Sing and Terminator.
Terminator and a motorcycle like comes out of the screen. It's like, "Come with me as you want to live," and it's like, and it's voiced by Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Only he sings it.
If he sings it, I would pay good money to see like a gazelle on a motorcycle.
Absolutely.
I think that would be funny if they did that as a throwback and kept it in there, and it was because like the motorcycle in
So some kind
the
of
stunt show
Easter
was
egg.
motorized anyway.
Yes.
It was a mechanical motorcycle, so they could just like throw a robotic like I don't know gazelle or sloth or something on it.
Although
and-
I feel like people would be disappointed or feel like they sold out if they actually kept the entire setup similar to the Terminator and just replaced what was
Just-
already there with.
I'm sure they're gonna like do like
sure
a big
they'll
paint
change
job
it.
and redecoration.
Maybe
But
they'll put in an awesome roller coaster.
it's
Yeah.
not space for a ride.
Yeah.
It's not big enough for a ride.
That's right. Yeah,
Because
it's basically just a theater. And
Yeah. So like when I'm bored, like I like to like go on Google Maps and just like when I'm bored and I'm feeling homesick for like Universal, I like to like go on Google Maps and just like tour the theme park on in 3D. But and because of that, I know like how big the buildings are. You can't fit a ride in there. There's just like just enough for the theater, and there's something in the back of it that prevents it from getting extended. I think there's a road back there leading to the hotels.
Well,
And
then,
so
in
it's a
all
small-
honesty, I would love for them to do a live action show and make it more live action with real people
Yeah.
and make it a show that is.
yeah,
yeah.
I agree.
What was the one that they had at SeaWorld? They had one at
In the
SeaWorld
SeaWorld
that
years,
was
couldn't
a
tell you.
live action show with pirates, and it was
I
really
don't
good. It was a really good show, and I remember thinking, and pyrotechnics and everything. It was a great live action show, but then you're looking at having to pay actors and
Yeah.
performers every day. But I feel like that's more about what it should be anyway. It's Universal
Yeah.
Studios,
Yeah,
which
it's
they make
acting
movies, so it
movies.
should be.
Well, and they're also not. I mean, well, they do pay a full like, because right now they currently just have what was it the horror makeup show, and the Fear Factor thing, and the what's that one in the Sinbad are currently the only like live stunt or stage show
Productions.
type of things. Aside from all the stuff in Harry Potter, I'm talking about like outside of Harry Potter. Those are like the few shows that they have running.
But it'd be nice to have something new.
It would be nice to have something new. So I kind of feel like that Sing thing might not work then because they would have real people in it.
Greatest Showman. I'm going with that. That's where my
Greatest
money's at.
I feel like it's either going to be Jason Bourne or I can't remember if Universal owns Mission Impossible. That could be a potential. And then some people were like, "Oh, it's going to be Fast and the Furious," and like, but they're already opening a
Right.
Fast and the Furious ride this coming quote unquote spring.
I don't think they would double up on
No,
it.
they would. They wouldn't.
No.
Though, but I'm also wondering. Okay, so the street that the building is in is Hollywood, so it has to be kind of something that would fit in the theme of the building. So I'm thinking, I don't know. So Sing wouldn't work because it's not
Greatest Showman.
Greatest Showman. So it's what is it? What year is it? 19 something.
Just hire on Hugh Jackman.
Just hire Hugh Jackman.
Right?
Every
Takes place
single
in the
day.
1950s.
I mean, he is
or
a stage
19
actor too. So
Yes, he's a
he
fabulous
knows.
stage actor.
He's a fabulous stage actor, so he knows what he's doing. I think we're getting close to this is 20. Yeah. All right, so we got like a few more minutes to like mingle about this. I think I heard one more
Secret rumor.
like idea would be what was it? It was another. No, I don't have it. No. Oh no. Oh, okay. This is what it would be. You could hire less staff, but it would be The Voice, kind of like how Disney
Yeah.
for a while
Like the
had
American Idol thing.
Yeah, Disney for a while had American Idol. They would have The Voice. NBC's The Voice show.
I could see them doing something like that.
And it's in a theater that's set up with chairs already. They could just redecorate it. They wouldn't need to do any projections. They would just have like a couple of sassy judges, and people would sign up during. And when Disney had American Idol at Hollywood Studios, it was ridiculously popular.
I was going to say it's super interactive.
Yeah, and I did it twice. It was fascinating because they did hair and makeup and wardrobe on you.
Really?
And yeah. And then what they did was you got a device that they attached to you, and it made the cameras and the spotlights follow you. And I was like, this is fascinating. So like, I think having something like that in there would be really cool too, because like,
it's more interactive.
It's more interactive. Yeah. People are drawn to like keep saying like, people are more drawn to the interactive stuff. For example, Jimmy Fallon, the ride's not that great, but the queue is ridiculously interactive and fun to be around and sit in, so, and then the new Fast and the Furious ride is going to have a similar queue. You haven't been in the queue but this is how it works. So when you get to the Jimmy Fallon ride, there's a line outside. You can avoid the line by reserving a spot on your phone through the app. I suggest everyone do that. Don't wait outside the building to get in. Just download the Universal Orlando app and then find a scheduled time to come in. And the inside it's 2 floors. The inside is a museum with all of these like NBC Tonight Show artifacts and videos and placards, and including costumes and props and camera equipment from the show. When you walk in, they give you a colored tag, and it's a color from each of the feathers of the NBC peacock. So you'll get like a red or a blue or a yellow or purple or pink or mauve or so you get one of those. And so basically you're on a team. So like there's a red team, there's a blue team, purple team. It's strangers, it's not your friends, unless your friends all come together and you all get red cards. And while you're hanging out, there's no queue, there's no line where you just stand in one spot and then move a few inches every hour or so. It's just a room where you can just mingle. You can sit down, charge your phone, look at stuff, browse your Wi-Fi. And then they call your color. So then everyone who's red will go upstairs. There's lights and like areas in the building that change into those colors, and they'll ding so you know that it's your time to go. So like if you're in team yellow, the room will turn yellow and you go upstairs to the next room. And the next room upstairs is the interactive area where there's these digital screens where you can play video games. There's couches to just relax. You keep your color card, and then there's a theater in there where they put on, they play videos from the show, and then they also have the, I forgot the name, but it's a barbershop quartet who sing songs, like modern songs as barbershop quartet numbers, similar to how they do it on the Jimmy Fallon show in reality. And they also have hashtag the Dancing Panda comes out every once in a while. And our friends and I did it for Spiffy Saturday. If you stay in that room and watch all of the acts, it's like almost 45 minutes of entertainment. So you could just sit there and just watch a show, and they'll keep calling the numbers, and you could stay. And then the next time your color comes around, then you go on the ride. So like, wow. I really love that new system. It's way more relaxing because standing in a line where
for longer than 20 minutes, really aggravating.
It's just a room where you could just spread out and relax, and just I'd rather not be in a room with a bunch of bars.
Agreed.
That people are leaning on. Did you know that you're technically not supposed to lean on those bars?
Yes.
They're just there to separate you. Like I'm not talking about sitting. I'm talking about just
how long we have to stand in those lines.
Yeah.
I will sit on those and I will lean on them because I'm getting tired and sore.
Yeah. Like I've got big fat guy feet, so tiny shoes.
I have bad dancer ankles.
Yeah. Shoe companies, do you hear that? Fat guy feet and dancer ankles we need better shoes.
If you could build shoes that have like ankle supports that go up the leg, that would be fabulous.
Yeah. Why do I need to buy an additional sole to wear normal shoes? Okay. All right. So that was a good first segment. We'll be right back after this. Welcome back to Act 2. Crazy concept hour. So this part of the show, we are going to discuss something that isn't actually happening. There's no plans for it. Like the first half was
in another world.
Was Terminator. So we know that something's happening to Terminator. But this is, we're in a second dimension where something happened. So here's our crazy concept, our concept for today. If Disney had gone ahead and just went to Universal and just wrote a big ass check for several $1 billion and bought back the licensing rights to build Marvel rides east of the Mississippi here in the United States. So that's the current contract that Universal has with Marvel, is that only Universal on this side can build and maintain Marvel theme park attractions east of the Mississippi in perpetuity, unless they. But one of the caveats is that Universal has to maintain the area and the rides to a certain level, or they decide to sell it to Disney or accept an offer, which is I'm concerned about right now because some of the features on the Spider-Man ride are not working. So
Spider-Man
Universal
has always
What
been
did-
a
what
hard
did you
one. Though.
notice?
Like,
And I heard this on other podcasts and people talk about it on
Spider-Man has had more issues with their ride than any other ride there.
Yeah. Well, the one thing that
Every time I've ever gone.
that is missing is there's no fire when the Green Goblin
Throws the
Really?
or
The last time I was there,
not the
it was
Green Goblin,
working.
but the Goblin tosses
Hobgoblin.
the Hobgoblin tosses. When Sarah and I went on it, it wasn't on. And then I heard on the Universal Orlando annual pass holder page and on another podcast that I listened to that it's still not working. So Universal, get on that. So
maybe it was hazardous to people's health and they took it out.
no, it's
No,
been
it's
running
just
for a
a
decade.
I know.
It's been running since
It's a
1999.
flame that's like a good at least 15 feet away from you.
It's 30 yards away. So Universal currently holds that rights, but our crazy concept is Disney goes ahead, pays a butt ton of money. Universal's like, we'll take it, and then they go to Six Flags, and Universal goes to Six Flags and gives them a bunch of money to license DC, and turn Marvel Superhero Island into DC Batman Island.
Which we decided I think should be called Gotham City.
Gotham City.
But I think they should also have a Metropolis section.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Kind of a balance.
So then we
between
can't
the two.
call it Gotham City. We got to
Just
call it DC.
Yeah, but you can label them with signs.
Yeah,
you know what I
there'll be
mean?
sections. Yeah, so
And then
like,
we'll have Gotham City, which will be dark, kind of
Yeah.
like Daikon Alley. And then we'll have Metropolis, which will be
be
light and
So if you,
sunny.
you know how I can incorporate that with Halloween Horror Nights? If you had like Arkham inmates and like
Oh,
Joker
so
goons
That would be
running around,
amazing.
like terrorizing people, sort of like the clowns with the chainsaws do in Springfield.
Only have a bunch of
Hornets.
Jokers and Harleys running around. That would
Yeah,
be amazing.
Oh
just
my
like
gosh.
the Joker game.
that'd be so
And then they
cool.
could have Scarecrow running around with Gat.
I've always-
Oh,
there's
and then
so
like
many.
the fear gas.
Fear gas, yep.
Yeah, the whole place
Honestly,
would be covered
like
in
I've
fear
always
gas.
wanted to see a Horror Nights house that was like Arkham, like an
Arkham
Arkham Breakout or
themed would
something
be
like that.
amazing.
Universal, get on that. Get on that right.
Arkham themed.
Halloween Horror Nights house, or just go ahead and give Disney a price and let's make this. I mean, I love Marvel Superhero Island, but
I'm a DC girl, so
I kind of like to see what Disney has to do, but then again, I'm so nostalgic about the whole Marvel '90s.
and I love the Spider-Man ride.
I love Marvel Island.
Yeah,
right?
I
I don't
love
want it to change. I would like
Yeah,
for
yeah.
them to add to it.
Add
It's just
to it.
like it's
They
like
are-
that trapped in the '90s feel.
I feel like they've
like
left
that
it and they
nostalgia.
haven't added anything to it in a long
Well,
time.
they can't.
Yeah, they can't.
Oh,
So anything they do, they can only like fix or improve, but they can't replace and add new rides. Yeah. So that's why it's always the Hulk, Storm's teacup thingy, the Spider-Man, and the Doctor Doom
Teacups of
Fearful.
torture.
So that's all they can do is maintain them, but they can't add anything.
and what is the reason
significant.
for that?
The license
Because
Disney
Marvel.
owns the
Oh,
rest
that's
of it.
right. Okay.
Yeah.
They don't
Yeah.
have a
Sorry,
theme park,
blonde
so
woman.
obviously they're not
Okay.
going to want them to profit off of their property.
Yep.
You know?
So like,
That's a damn shame.
which is and
Yeah.
it's interesting is when you go to Marvel Superhero Island right now and
Basically
you
have them
buy
handcuffed.
and if you buy like a Marvel figure or Spider-Man toy, it says Disney on it. so
Yeah.
if you want to buy quality Disney Marvel toys, go to Universal Orlando Resort today.
It's like they're getting by with all that.
I know
profit.
it's like
God,
it's
such a
weird.
monopoly.
It's weird to see that like, oh, I'm at Universal. Oh, it's a Disney toy.
I'm mildly terrified that Disney is going to own everything.
and
at
they
some
just
point.
bought Fox.
Yes, I know.
So now Disney owns 20% of our nation's
But-
media. That's
Yeah.
that's
Doesn't that
1/5.
scare anybody else?
That's
'Cause it scares
1/5 of
me.
our
It's called
intellectual
Monopoly,
properties.
and
But okay, I gotta admit, they do some good work with the things that they buy.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm a huge Star Wars fanboy, and I like what they're doing with Star Wars.
Controversial.
It's
it's very controversial,
It's very
but I'm
controversial.
going to take your side on this because from what I've seen so far, I'm very happy.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm not hating.
Here's
anything
here's my
Disney
explanation. Have you seen the prequels? Have you seen the prequels?
I was gonna say that was the best.
I
That
have
was
my
the
own
best.
personal love for them, but I will acknowledge that they are very.
So far, so
mediocre.
good.
Let's watch our
No, I'm talking
the
about
comment
prequels.
section
Oh.
explode at this point.
Right.
Like, it's gonna be like, wait a second. Okay, so back on topic. All right, so let's. So right now there are 4 rides in there. Let's brainstorm what 4 new rides would go into DC.
Without a doubt, obviously with Batman.
Yeah,
would
we'd
be
obviously
big
have
thing.
a bat
You could literally take like the whole concept of the Batmobile
and make it a roller
Oh
coaster
my
beyond
gosh.
roller coasters.
Not just that, but like you can have like a themed roller coaster, which seems to be like what
I
Universal is.
don't think Batman should be a roller coaster.
They
Yeah.
already
I think it should
had
be a
one.
dark ride.
Yeah, I would say actually
with like
take the idea
animatronics and stuff. Because like,
Like,
of
okay,
the Batmobile and make it a 3D ride.
yeah, with some
be-
animatronics.
absolutely.
Please.
Yeah, okay, so you could be like, in the Batmobile and like from the point of view of being in it and seeing like Batman do his
Okay,
thing. and,
have
like,
any of you
be-
guys played the 3D
The VR.
VR yet?
No, I
Virtual
haven't
reality
done it yet.
Batman. Oh,
I've seen what it looks like, but I haven't actually.
it's
experienced
amazing.
it.
It's amazing. It's one of the best. I did the whole game in like an hour. It was amazing. I highly recommend it if anyone has that opportunity to play it. But that really puts you in Gotham and in the game and in the
Can you
character.
actually,
And
like,
I feel
punch
like
people?
well, you can pick things up and look at your hand. You can pick
gosh.
things up and
Look
do
at
all
them,
kinds of
yeah.
stuff in the whole Batcave,
And
everything
smack
in the.
Alfred around.
Oh, but yeah, you have conversation with Alfred. You get to choose which costume you have.
Notice she
You-
respects Alfred.
I do respect Mr. Penguin. Do not
He's a
hurt-
second father. You don't slap him.
Yes, thank you very much. Thank you.
Or there's some fan theories that he is.
Yes, I trust me. I know.
Oh, shut up.
Okay.
He's well trained in the military. Hello.
Yeah. How inconvenient. So my concept for it would be like, stop saying like, would that you would approach Wayne Manor, and kind of how Hogwarts is up on a like mountain.
This is my
Wayne
dream.
Manor should be
This-
up on the mountain, but the mountain is the actual ride building.
I'm honestly shocked no one's done something like this. Like, why does Six Flags just stick to like roller
And it's
coasters?
such
Well,
an
they're a roller
old.
coaster
It's such
park.
an old theme park.
It's just
I
like
finally
all they
went
do is
and-
use the name and the color schemes of the heroes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really would
There's
love to
nothing
see somebody.
themed-wise. for
Well, it is
DC.
if you go. It's
Well,
just
they have
very
that.
all
They
know what
have,
I mean.
they have that
carnival. It's very
one.
carnival
They have
feel.
that one Justice League building ride, or no? Is
No,
it
they had the
just-
Superman roller coaster, which is the newest one that
I
they
haven't
did.
ridden that, but it looks so awesome.
It
It
wasn't
kinda,
as
like,
good as I thought it was
being
going to be.
inclined like that
I was
doesn't give you-
disappointed. I was
Really?
actually disappointed. I don't know why. It was not as good as I thought.
Aren't
it
you
was
like
gonna be.
stretched out? Like,
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And that's not impressive.
It wasn't what I thought. I thought it was going to be a lot more.
Are you actually like the only thing that's restraining you is on your legs and arms? Like, is your body like freely
I
exposed?
don't remember. It was years ago that I went. I just remember it not being as cool as I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
Or here's another idea. Okay, for those who've been to Pandora at Disney's Animal Kingdom, Pandora, the World of Avatar, they have the Flight of Passage ride, which simulates you being an avatar on the back of an Icaron, which is those
I
banshee
cannot wait
flying things.
to do that. I cannot wait.
Honestly,
to
he
go.
hates on it a lot. I read it once.
I don't
and
hate it.
I
I
enjoyed it.
don't hate it. I was just disappointed. I was
Really?
expecting more.
Maybe
from-
after I ride it a few
from
more
Disney.
times, I'll start seeing what you're seeing. But I've ridden it once. And I
Mike,
kind of did like
Mike
the breathing
was
thing.
Mike had the same disappointing. But take that technology and make it a Batman is on a special mission and he wants you to put and he's got like Batman has a special headset on and you get to experience what he's going through. So he's flying around the city type of.
Or they make it that you're his partner in the Batmobile or
Yeah.
in the Batjet.
No, I'm talking about like you sit on a thing. It's just you. You put.
Oh,
So that's what I mean.
okay.
Like you're experiencing what he's experiencing
So
through his
virtual
eyes.
So
reality?
basically, virtual
Well,
reality.
just
game,
basically what
like the game.
just like Flight of Passage.
But you'd have screens, is what you're.
Yeah, it's a big
So-
screen,
okay.
but you experience what Batman's experiencing kind of like how in Avatar you're experiencing what it's like to be a avatar on the back of Econ. You're experiencing what it's like to be Batman flying through the city.
What would the story reason be for?
There's a million stories. I mean, I have over 3,500 comic books. Pick any story from a comic book.
What I'm getting at is seeing through his vision.
The Joker has stolen the Statue of Liberty using a levitation ray.
That's not Joker style.
No, it's a throwback to the Spider-Man ride.
Anti-gravity.
But I love a dark ride experience with animatronic
they should
Jokers
just make
and
all the
Batmans.
rides semi-dark for Gotham City in general.
Yeah, with a few 3D elements would be cool as well. But I'm imagining it's Wayne Manor on top of a hill, but the hill or the mountain, but the mountain itself is the ride building, and you enter through a doorway at the bottom, and then the first room is a tunnel, and then the Batcave.
And then you get to ride down to the Batcave.
Yeah.
And wouldn't it be great if they had polls? In an old 1966 series where you can go pick up the phone or the piano or the head, you lift the head, hit the button, and then you go down the poles. That'd be fabulous.
The car queue that
It'd be hard for people in wheelchairs.
Could definitely be in the Batcave.
Yeah. No, I mean when you enter, it is the Batcave. You look up and it's just a big cavernous.
And they could have, it'd be cool. You know how they have all the suits on display? Have all the ones from
the movies,
and stuff like that too. That'd be cool.
That'd be so awesome. And then, who? Okay, but they have to explain why there are a bunch of teenagers in there staffing the ride. Because at Gringotts, it's employees of the Gringotts Bank who are putting you on the Gringotts ride.
So they're all Bruce Wayne.
Yeah, true.
They're all Bruce Wayne apprentices.
Yeah, they all just have suits, nice suits.
They all have nice suits. That would be interesting. Okay, so that's one.
They're just all young wards to Bruce Wayne.
The young wards.
They're all young wards in training.
Hi, I'm Jack.
Hi, I'm Tim. Hi, Tim. I'm Cassandra.
Hi.
Cassandra.
This is just a big old mansion full of boys. For some reason.
Well, they could have Stephanie and Cassandra and Barbara. They could have other Bat family.
True. Okay. All right. So let's say that's one ride. What would another?
Here's a great idea just for them to cash in on too, because you don't want to just appeal to an older crowd. We would also want to try and appeal to kids. And right now they are super cashing in on the whole DC Young Justice, which is fabulous. And I hope they're finally going to come out with the next season.
It's going to be I think it's sometime in the fall.
Yeah, I can't wait. But also they're doing, which I'm super excited about, and I thought I was going to cry when I went into Walmart, and they have all of these things for girls now. They have all of the Wonder Woman, Supergirl, and Batgirl that are all themed for young girls. The Batman, or the party stuff, the T-shirts, everything. Water bottles. I mean, I'm a teacher, and one of my little kids came in with a themed Batgirl water bottle, and I was so happy because growing up, they didn't have any of that for me.
Yeah.
I was shopping in the boys section my entire life. So it's awesome to see that they're actually selling or making it available to girls, that it's okay to like superheroes. And
Universal would make a killing on selling all that stuff.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
And there's already an established.
Yeah. And or what was that one, Flash as a roller coaster would make sense.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely.
That would totally make sense.
Flash roller coaster would be the best.
So that's a ride too.
That's common sense.
That's common sense.
Absolutely.
It'd be really weird if they and here's an Aquaman the roller coaster. What?
But Aquaman could be a water ride. We totally should have a water ride.
Yeah. Where you get drenched. It should be the wettest. If you're gonna make an Aquaman ride, it should be the wettest ride in the world. It should just be a tunnel full of hoses, constantly spraying you in the face.
The wait line is 5 minutes because nobody wants to go on there.
When people
except August.
When people come out, they're so drenched. It's just it's in my skin. They just walk out big cubes of water. And what happened to you? I just.
Went on
so
the Aquaman
moist.
ride. I knew that was coming. I was waiting for that.
It was the moistest ride. They should do that, and it should be named the wettest ride.
There's just shelves with buckets of water.
No, you know what it should be? It should be a boat ride that goes under the water, and all it does is drag you underwater. It's just a solid sheet of water you can drag
It could
through.
be jet skis. They lock you into some jet skis.
They lock
and
you into
just
jet
go
skis and then they just drown you for 30 seconds.
40 miles an hour, 30 seconds down.
40 miles.
Waterboarding the ride.
Just waterboarding the ride. But Aquaman's in there for like half a second if you can see through the chlorine. My eyes. But
That
yeah,
would be an awesome idea, though.
or
definitely
they
have
should
water
make
ride.
it a dark water ride, kind of like the Pirates of the Caribbean.
So just take the concept you just gave us and turn off the lights.
Just turn up. so you're drowning. You can't
the
in the dark at 60 miles an hour for some reason. You go from like, hi everyone, it goes from 0 to 60 in 3 seconds flat. You just slam into a wall of water and come out an Atlantean. If you survive, you're an Atlantean.
Exactly.
They give you like, I survived the water ride, I'm free. No.
Worst concept ever.
Worst concept ever. Somebody's at Universal's like, could we put like an X next to that? We'll put an asterisk for maybe, but for our hardcore theme park riders. But I would think that like a Pirates of the Caribbean style, or I like dark water rides, like It's a Small World, Pirates of the Caribbean, and what's that other one? I'm going blank. The Avatar one. There's like a bunch of boat rides, but you don't get wet on them. Like you get like maybe a spritz. I would love to be on one that just dunks you. Like just
Yeah, I would like to see one that's a little bit of a roller coastery feel rather than just the boat ride.
just a slow boat ride.
Kind of like when you go down, you go through the T-Rex and then it shoots you down and you get at the very end. It's a great...
Like Popeye. Popeye is a intense water ride.
Rails under the water.
The what?
On the Jurassic Park ride.
Oh yeah, the rails. Yeah,
that's true.
Because there's constant water going.
It's constant water. That's why every year they have to shut it down and like do refurbs. But I would love to see like something similar to Popeye, where there's story element sections that slow down so you can see stuff, and you get soaked. But it's inside a building with lots of theming and lighting and special
I don't ride
effects.
Popeye as much anymore because I'm tired of being drenched.
Great in July and August though, when you're walking around in shorts and tank top and you think you're going to die from the heat.
Although the weird thing is, whenever I go on Popeye intending to get wet, like I only get like I don't.
It doesn't
I
turn
don't.
in
There's
the right
nothing
direction.
I can plan for. I'm not going to wear shoes to the theme park if we're doing Popeye.
Oh no, I put them in the center
off.
thing. Yeah. But I would love to see like a dark, super drenching water ride. Like a section where there's like a waterfall, and usually on waterfalls, like they turn off right before. No, it just gets more intense as you, get close to it.
Can you imagine? They'd have to give you earplugs because the screaming that would commence from a ride like that would be hilarious.
It's enclosed. It's freezing. You're just getting drenched.
In the middle of February.
In the middle of February.
Or January when it's cold.
And they leave the temperature like 66 degrees in there. That'd be great.
Kind of like it is in here.
That'd be awesome. But I mean, like imagine going through like a tour of Atlantis and seeing all that like amazing underwater city things and swimming with,
Or they could just make it kind of not that I like to support wildlife in captivity, but it would be really cool if they had a underwater tunnel with an aquarium, and then they would put in like themed.
Well, I mean, it doesn't have to have anything live in it. It could just be.
But that would look really cool. It'd be awesome if you walked through a tunnel.
Well, something like Black Manta.
The what's it called? The Nemo ride in California doesn't have anything live in it.
No,
it's all animatronic. I mean, it could be the same thing. I think that would work. So
I'm all about the Flash roller coaster. I'm still on.
And Batman. So we have.
You can't just have one Batman ride. There has to be multiple Batman. Like it has to be like.
So okay, well I have a feeling they won't do 2 Batman rides, but I think they would do like a Batman ride and then like an interactive area.
Yeah, they need to have a Gotham City that is totally like interactive, kind of like Harry Potter World.
Yes,
you can have the villains and all the other characters.
But they should do it with Metropolis too, where they'll have Metropolis on the side.
You can have Lex Luthor in the mech suit.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
And the Daily Planet, have the Daily Planet, and that would be great.
So then we would have to have then a Superman attraction. What sort of? So there's.
I've never done the Six Flags roller coaster, but that always stuck out as like a really cool concept to me. Having you in like the position that he flies in, being projected through, giving you that sense of like, wow, I'm actually flying.
Mm-hmm.
If they could do something like that.
Keep that concept. I agree.
Yeah,
I totally agree.
Kind of concept.
Well, there's a company, I forgot the name. It's a roller coaster company.
Blast the Christopher Reeves music while you're
flying
on the roller coaster ride.
But there's a roller coaster company that's developing a new system of roller coaster where it is a hanging one, but it mechanically tilts and twists as you're riding it. So like you could be underneath it, but then like turn sideways. And
exactly.
It's scheduled,
which would be
so
perfect for a Superman ride.
Would be great for a Superman ride.
I always thought that's what it was in Six Flags. So that it did actually. Like,
not as much as I thought it would. Not as much as you want it to. It's very straight on.
It's just straight on,
as I recall.
Okay. So should this be a second roller coaster?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can have 2 roller coasters. Okay. People love roller coasters.
Yeah. Or
I have 2 theme rides, 2 roller coasters.
And I would love to see it if it were to become a reality, is if they built the Superman roller coaster. So you're hanging, it tilts you at like certain points, but they should build a city, like a miniature city.
Yeah, like you're going
it,
absolutely.
Like you're flying over it. So that'd be like because right now
Daily Planet,
or you know how
roller coasters just have grass underneath them.
Yeah, roller coasters like to go through tunnels. Have it go through like a train tunnel.
Yeah, like a train tunnel with
like
and then you'll pass by a train segment or. Lots of things could happen.
Speeding. Yeah, you should totally put it in a train.
Yeah. And then okay, so that's.
And then, if those are our 4 main rides, we definitely need to have a live action.
Yeah, there should every section
show.
like all theme parks now, as they start building things, have like live entertainment, restaurants, and themed.
You honestly could do that like what Harry Potter does. They could have a stage where they have like a thing with the Joker and Batman or something, kind of a little mini story or something. Holding the crowd hostage or something. Mm-hmm. Although I don't know if they would go with that route.
Well, I mean, holding them captive is what we would say. Like, because you're watching a stage show. But I would love to see, like, a ridiculous Joker stage show with...
It would be a great opportunity for stage people to be able to really do...
Dressed up as, like, as clown-like henchmen.
Do a full-out stage combat production would be awesome.
Oh, my gosh, yeah.
Although, do you think the whole Joker aspect is not family friendly enough for Universal?
No. I mean,
yes
friendly.
Then again, yeah. Okay.
Depends on what version they're doing and how much they're going into.
It just seems with their rides lately, they're going more for an everybody kind of.
That's true.
That's why I mentioned doing
they're not really getting as hardcore as they used to be.
I don't think it's going to be a Jared Leto
Joker.
No,
of course.
No.
So
let's go back to Adam West version and do.
Well, my imagining is that it wouldn't be based on the current movies. It would be closer to the comic books.
If they stick to the comic books,
kind of like how like Marvel's Superhero Island right now is more comic booky.
You have to because the movies change so dramatically and so frequently with different visions from different directors, different styles.
One iteration of the character instead of constantly.
If you stick with the comic books, then you're golden. You can't mess up. I mean, comic books have been around for.
And for those who don't know, Islands of Adventure is supposed to be. It's called a bookshelf because all of the sections in the park are based on books. So to base the Marvel or DC off of a movie would be incorrect. So they have to go by concepts in comic books. So it would have like very stylized coloring.
King Kong originally a book or was that originally a film?
See, that's why that's another discussion. Like, why is King Kong? Well, no, King Kong was it a book?
I'm pretty sure
there's probably people in the comments going, "Oh my god, you idiots! Just use Google." We're too lazy right now. So, Sarah, are you gonna Google it? Is King Kong a book? Are both of you Googling it?
Chief experts are researching this right now.
I could see what type of restaurants would be in that area.
I'm trying to think of famous locations. I'm not sure if there really is food locations that are famous.
There should be like if they were to do this. No, they can't.
I'm sure someone out there knows.
I don't know if they're. Oh
well, they could because of the Flash. We could totally have the
Flash fry.
No,
it's a fried food.
Don't you watch the CW Flash show?
Was that from the comic books or is that just something CW did? I'm trying to think. I don't remember.
I actually don't know because my sister read Flash. I didn't read Flash, so I don't know.
I think it's just a CW thing.
I think it was just CW, but I'm not sure. But that would totally have a coffee sandwich shop based on from the show.
Oh.
But then wouldn't they have to stick with the show continuity?
True. And I was thinking, like, Universal doesn't really have a vegan or vegetarian menu. There could be a restaurant called the Poison Ivy, but then I think
honestly,
they wouldn't use the word. They wouldn't use the word poison.
What they could do is they could have a themed restaurant, let's say a Justice League, where they have like all the tons of characters. It's not just the 6 team. There's,
like the Fantastic Four Cafe right now at Marvel.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they don't have anything on display. Like I'm talking Planet Hollywood type thing. Like, or you could have a Villains
Cafe.
Where you have like all the costumes and like the whole thing is themed after villains.
So
to me, I don't think they would like
the Legion of Doom.
I don't think they would make. I don't think they would make it.
King Kong book came out after the movie, by the way.
Oh, okay. So, hey, Universal, what's going on there? I don't think they would make it. For me, it should be within the world. It shouldn't be a fourth wall breaking restaurant. Which, like for example. When we go to the Three Broomsticks or to
it's in the
Leaky
world,
Cauldron, it's in the world. They exist.
Oh, I came up with something. The Iceberg Lounge.
Iceberg Freeze, yes.
There you go. That would be
great.
That would be.
I still like the Poison Ivy.
True, but they would just call it the Ivy because
yes,
I'm sure Universal is going to go. We can't put poison in the title because some people who don't follow won't understand. Will look at that word and go, why is
poison associated with my food?
Why is poison? But I think an Ivy restaurant.
Nothing gets me hungry like the word poison.
Or what would be another restaurant?
Well, I think we would definitely do like a Flash coffee shop.
A Flash coffee shop.
Yeah. And then...
Because the hot thing right now is in-universe, themed restaurants. And to go, we'll have like Planet Hollywood style displays.
You could have Wayne Manor. It could be their upscale restaurant where butlers serve.
Yeah.
Like they all dress as butlers, like Alfred Pennyworth.
That would be swanky.
That would be pretty. That would be
okay, that would work.
Just call it Wayne Manor.
The Wayne Manor.
The Wayne Manor.
Or what was the restaurant that in the Christian Bale movie? He's like, I just bought this restaurant. So I don't think they didn't name it. Darn it. That would have been great if
it was just a scene they cut to.
It's just what's his name? It's the Bain Steakhouse. Bain Steakhouse. Get
Burger.
Bain Burger.
Bain Burger, please.
I kind of feel like it's ridiculous.
It's backbreaking to eat.
I think it's ridiculous enough of a name that they'll do that. It's
Absolutely.
the Bain Burger. Bain Burger. Okay, and then like
served with backbreaking French fries.
Backbreaking French fries, truffle fries. I think I guess we're gonna finish it right there. If you have any ideas on what you think should be our next Crazy Concept Hour, write us in the comments below. You can follow me on Instagram. It's Dinkle Flanders. It's a combination of Dinkelberg and Ned Flanders. So DINKLEFLANDERS on Instagram. And Sarah, Anthony.
You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Vanilla Wombat. If you want me to find me on Facebook, it's Vanilla Wombat Cosplay. I post pictures every day of my cosplays and stuff I do at conventions.
Yeah.
And I am currently not on a lot of social media, so I am on Instagram regularly, but I'm not on there right now.
It's for friends only, so
right.
We're gonna work. So yeah.
I'm just gonna open a new account at this point because I have so many cosplay pictures that I do. But I'm just gonna open a new account. I'm just gonna open a new account.
You gotta get those followers. You gotta work it out somehow. All right, thank you for joining us. We're gonna try to make this weekly.
Bi-weekly,
semi-weekly.
I mean, it doesn't. We can try for weekly.
We'll try.
If one of us isn't here, it's not.
Yeah. I'll just ask somebody else.
Pretty much guests on his show.
Yeah. So I'll just have like, hey Ross, what are you doing? You want to talk about Lord of the Rings? Oh, that might be a topic.
You might be on here for hours with Ross and Lord of the Rings.
I'll be like, we have to stop. We have to stop now.
I have to control myself when you say Batman. I'm like, just hold it all in. Hold it all in. Don't go off script.
Some of us have places to go. All right, thank you for listening. We don't have a Patreon, but I guess I'll
live long and prosper.
Live long and prosper. May the force
be with you.
This has been Carlo.
Sarah.
Anthony.
Have a great night.
Bye.
We need to figure out a goodbye. Bye.
Live long and prosper. Of course.
Live long, and the force be prosperous with you.
To be honest, even people I've been listening to for years don't know how to end theirs. They just sort of like go, oh, I guess that's it. Bye.
I think it'd be really funny if we just ended it mid-sentence.